All right, we are back with game number 3 of Dominate Dominion number 101. And let us, you know what? I actually had some people asking to put some Two Steps from Hell on and keep it a little low so we can have an epic pick ban phase. So we're going to do this. This is happening right now. We are in to Champ Select. Let's get our blockers up. Let's get our chat bans refreshed. The chat bans this time were Thresh, Nocturne being taken away from Wolfer, Pantheon again being taken away from Sauron and Kha'Zix, Thresh and Kha'Zix being taken away because they are ridiculously strong on the map right now. And it is time.
Dominate Dominion number 101. Grand Finals, Game 3. Clueless versus Farming Group Simulator 2014.
The LeBlanc being banned out, the Wukong being banned out, the Zyra and Brand being banned out as well. I don't know, well, they are second picks, so it is kind of good to get rid of those really strong early game picks. Nidalee being taken away. Man, this is intense. I mean, are they going to leave the Lulu open? Because
Ooh, and the Talon seem to be on the table today. And the LeBlanc even. The Assassin and the support.
LeBlanc was taken down, so.
Oh, he was taken down first, but the Lulu and the Talon. Seems like the Talon is going to be the last ban, so the Assassins stay out of the picture. The Jarvan and Tree is the decision that needs to be made.
Jarvan, Vi, Tree, and Lulu are all still open. So let's see what they do decide to pick here. It's... I honestly, I don't know. What are they...
Take Jarvan. They've won... The only games they've won have had Jarvan in them, but they're going to opt for the Vi, it seems.
It looks like they are going to be picking up that Vi instead. And let's see how farmers decide to react to that pick.
They most definitely have to take the Jarvan. I think they take Jarvan Lulu, or they leave Lulu for later. They don't pick it at all, and they take Janna instead, because Janna's also very strong with Jarvan, but they're definitely taking the Jarvan now.
Yeah, they cannot let them have that Jarvan Vi again. As you guys saw that last game, it was just a terror to go against when they were jumping onto the team and blowing them up. And it looks like Matt's Portal is going to be picking up that Maokai that will prevent any AoE mages from being picked. So let's see.
Will we see a Blueberry Leona?
Oh, it has been so long since I've seen Blueberry play that Leona. That would be a refreshing sight to see, indeed.
In case you guys don't know, Blueberry was the original Leona. Before Leona was really ever a thing, the first person who played Leona was Blueberry. First person who told him to play Leona was myself. That's when Leona and Annie first originated their text about 7 or so months ago. Now, returning to the scene, I don't know how much he's played it, and I think he's expected to play Vi right now. I'm not entirely sure if he also wants to just stick with his Annie. But Leona is a thing he was known for doing, and it was absolutely terrifying, and it looks like he's going to pull it out.
He is going to be pulling out the Leona. The old school is becoming the new school, and it is going to be the Leona-Annie combo.
Ooh, now this can go 7 different ways on blue team to 7 different people. Any of them can play switch flippity-floppity and play whichever champions they decide that they want to. They're all they're not very hard champions to play.
I honestly feel like I'm watching old Pex right now with these picks. I mean, aside from the Vi, of course, because she wasn't around for a lot of Pex's reign, but like the Leonas, the Annies, you know, we're going to see Pantheon was banned out, so that won't be picked up. But I'm having such nostalgia right now from the old days when I first joined DD, going against some of these top teams. And I guess we just have to see how farmers decide to respond to these picks. This is a really strong comp, and Snide is going to be playing his Kayle. A very, very good pick. That's a lot of burst from the Annie and the Vi. And having that Kayle to keep something safe when they dive in. And are they going to run the Lucian again? It looks like they are. Are we going to have the AD carry rematch? BB Pop, are you going to rise to the challenge and defend your honor? Wolfer is going to be able to have his Fizz that was left open from the bans. And it looks like an Urgot as well. Oh, man.
So it looks like Parky's gonna probably end up taking the Leona. Boobs is gonna get his Annie. Hafe's gonna take Urgot. And Bebepop should be on the bye, if my senses are correct. And Sauron gets a bot lane counter pick of his choice. The Urgot has been removed from him. Syndra is a terrible matchup for Fizz, and he does not have his hands on Pantheon. So he's gonna have to deep dig in the box of his tricks and think about whether or not he wants to pick Jarvan bottom or see what else he's got. I haven't seen him play anything other than Urgot against Fizz.
He has Malzahar. I've seen him do pretty well against it. And is he going to pick Tryndamere bot lane? No, Sauron.
This man is a Tryndamere supporter. He has pulled out Mordekaiser bot lane in the past as a counter pick to Riven. The time may have come. The Tryndamere might be real.
Is the Tryndamere real? Is this actually about to happen? The timer is ticking down. The lock-in is about to occur, and he switches to Riven.
He has forsaken all he has known.
Man.
He is an avid anti-Riven person. He hates Riven with a passion, and he has gone to the absolute dark side of the moon and is going to play Riven himself, a champion he has always said is ridiculously broken, a champion that Sam has played against him many times in the past, and he is going to take it himself to the bottom lane in the finals of DominateDominion number 101. For the first time, we get to see Sauron's Riven in competitive play. I don't think he has ever done this before.
I have played with Sauron quite a bit over the past few months, and every time we go against a Riven, I hear that sigh of his, and all I hear is Riven is such a fair and balanced champion. So we're gonna see how he manages to hold up with this. It is going to be quite a match. And the timer has ticked down. We can remove our blockers to reveal our summoners. No clairvoyances this match. We do have 2 ignites per team as well as 3 exhausts. So pretty evened up summoners there.
Fair and balanced champions for both sides. You have a Kayle ult to interrupt the Vi's damage. That's going to probably come off a Leona ult. Parker is not particularly known for hitting too many Leona ults. We have at least as stuns, as Bullseye, as Forgot the Icing was. Forgot the Icing on Jarvan. He generally picks up a Trinity Force. Everybody's subscribing to the Trinity Force Jarvan. I still don't condone it. I don't. It's a Sifu thing.
It is. It is totally a Sifu thing.
Everywhere have followed behind him. But if you believe in Popples, gotta pick up your Ghost Blade and get a Hydra like a real man.
The Hydra build is the way to go. Praise Hydra. Cut off one head, 2 more shall take its place. That Assassin Jarvan build is just so strong.
But talking about this game, we have Maokai and Jarvan, 2 staple picks, 2 very strong picks, 2 early picks. You have your initiation, your poke, you have Snide coming in on this Kayle to do some mid-range damage. There is not a lot of upfront burst for Purple Team.
No. Lucian can get bursty as the game goes on, as well as Jarvan and as well as Kayle, but early game it's going to be a lot of sustained damage. It's not going to be very... they're not going to have that ability to lock down a target and blow them up instantly. On the other hand, Blue Team, they've got the Leona, they've got the Vi, they've got the Annie, and they've got the Urgot. And when all of those, just one ability from each of them hits you at the same time, it hurts. Especially when you have Kayle, who's really squishy, you have the Lucian, who's really squishy. Team fights are going to be very, very... It's going to come down to finesse again, coming for Purple Team. And they did take the first game convincingly with a finesse comp. Are they going to be able to pull it through again in Game 3?
It's very important to note that this bot lane dynamic is very different from what it used to be. This is going to be a slobber knocker in the bottom lane.
It is going to be a man versus, a woman versus fish matchup. And there's not going to be too much roaming. Wolfer does like to roam a lot, but in this particular situation, it is going to be, we need to fight each other head on. And this game is about to be hype.
I will tell you that bottom lane has a rule. First 2 kills wins the lane. If you win the lane and Fizz v Riven, whoever gets those first 2 kills, the lane is over. There are no comebacks. There is no bail me outs. The lane is done. And when a lane is done in this matchup, it means somebody is getting 1v1 tower dove and killed on their turret. And that means somebody from top has to go down there and play save the day. And the day never really gets saved, because that means your top is 4v3, and that's a very, very sad situation to be in.
Alright, we're getting into our loading here. And it's it's going to be Clueless versus Farmers for our final match of the day. This is Game 3 of Dominate Dominion number 101. So let me get our stuff updated here.
Sauron busting out the Dragon Blade Riven skin. I wonder if his forum post got him this skin, or if he just decided to pick it up on his own.
He made a forum post?
Sauron had a forum post about being over 50k RP. You know, Sauron problems.
Sauron problems.
And
too much RP.
not being able to gift people. A couple people here from the stream chat may have caused that post, may not. You might not troll around the forum as much as nerds do. Nerds.
Well, I didn't know he made a forum post about it, but he did tell me. He said, oh, I can't gift you anything because I have 50,000 RP. Sauron actually has so much RP from winning Dominion tournaments that he cannot gift people things. And he actually has to contact Riot support in order to gift people skins.
And support told him to buy skins until he can gift people skins again. And if you're curious, the marker is 50k RP. Once you pass 50k RP, you cannot gift people skins. But we are in this game, the finals of Dominate Dominion Game 3. Between Clueless and Farming Group Simulator, and the items are being bought. We see there are no codexes on trees today. We have Catalyst the Protector for our tree. We have Phage coming out for Lucian. We have Blades and Rings for the rest of Farming Group. On the left side, we have Rings and Blades coming out, while the Tank and Urgot contemplate the rest of their item builds.
What are they going to go? Is Hafe going to go for the squishier Brutalizer for the extra damage boost in the beginning, or is he going to opt for a Blade? Because Blade was nerfed a little bit, well, nerfed slashed buff, because it did get attack speed recently. So that is very beneficial to a lot of champions over lifesteal. It did lose a bit of health, and it did lose a little bit of damage, but not so much so to make it completely worthless. Looks like Urgot is going to opt for that Blade, and Leona's still deciding if she wants to go defensive items and which ones she should get.
He's gonna opt for no boots, while Leona is gonna opt for boots, a Ruby Crystal, and Endurance Shield, a couple pots. And we are off to the races.
And let's see what happens here. I'm very interested with this Phage start on Lucian. I know he's trying to get his Triforce as fast as possible, but I think he's grabbing it for that mobility, the proc, being able to move around a lot faster.
Sifu Calvin is not a believer in the Prospector's Blade.
He is
That
not.
is not a item he will ever purchase if he has the option to do so. We see the sapling being tossed out, and the poke is coming in very strong. One team has Leona. Leona's W is down. She's contemplating whether or not to go in as the grenade lands on the side sentinel. Parker is posturing, but Matt Portal is not flinching. He is holding his ground as Bibipop charges the Volt Breaker and decides against his action.
And looks like, oh, the engage is going to come in from Vi. And
Vi
Leona
coming in
jumps
with
in
the
as
Volt
well.
Breaker as Jarvan finds the EQ across Have Hearted. Blueberry finds himself in the back line, 1v2 against Sifu inside, and he goes down.
And it
We
looks
see
like
the fight continues as Parkhurst is taking damage from side sentinel Kayle, and he is going to be the second focus, and Bibipop manages to pick up Jarvan on the backside, and he is going to fall.
they are getting those kills confirmed now, and the revives are coming out. Every single revive was popped by Clueless, and the windmill was taken. So they need to make sure they make something happen with these revives, or they're going to be severely behind. Jarvan was the only one to pop his revive on Farmers.
Sifu Calvin basing in Vision. Parker's trying to make something happen. Misses the Zenith on the Master Portal. Master Portal still going to look like he's going to go down. Bibipop taking many turret shots. Pei fighting in the minions for Science Sentinel getting the best of this duel, while Wolfer coming up from the bottom lane. I guess we were all wrong. Who needs a global ult to show up? He is here anyway. Sifu gonna come up, gonna try to pick up Bibblepop, not going to. He has dashed into absolute no-no's territory as Zenith Blade misses, but the slow comes in and he will surely fall.
Yep, but in the meantime, no one died, so no one is able to get back bot in time. Urgot just recalled, but I think Sauron will be able to cap that bot lane without a problem.
Wolfer making a very interesting decision. His team did get top, but Sauron got the free farm. He did manage to pick up 2 kills in the process, but kills in Dominion are not worth as much as they are in other game modes. Sauron is currently up 300 gold on Wolfer as we see Sauron get swapped into a Leona. Sauron blowing exhaust, but he wants half-hearted and he is going to get him fair and balanced and all. Meanwhile, top lane, Cataclysm coming down on the Blueberry. Sifu Calvin gonna clean him up along with Wolfer, and the top lane is going to go back to farmers.
It was a very good play by Wolfer to try and run up and control that windmill for a little bit, but in doing so, he lost bot. They needed to send 2 people down to take care of that, and in that mix-up, Farmers was able to reclaim it. So, very, very, very nice.
You see Matt's the portal getting the vision on. He has 1 sapling and the crossway up, the sneaky way up the top, and he now has storm buff. This Maokai is ready to do battle, and Parkhurst is trying to truck his way through. He has popped his W and has been initiated on. The armor debuff from Haven-Hearted is hit 3 people, but I don't know if it could be enough. Bibblepop goes into the backline, also on the Jarvan, gets Bibblepop, working on Snide. Snide gets stunned by Blueberry, and then Pop coming in, getting 1 more kill, making it a 4 for 2 in the favor of Clueless, and they get the quest off of random quest funds. Riot, please.
It's 5. Well, the quests actually like to spawn 5 minutes, and it depends on your score, the enemy team's score, and what points are available. There's a lot of research into it, and it feels really random, but it's a very difficult algorithm where the quest
trying
spawns.
to state a revelation that quest is actually a predictable entity?
It is a predictable thing, and I will explain it afterwards.
With glorious information today, folks.
We kept it secret from a lot of people.
Wolfer with the ult, make sure Sauron dies to this Bibblepop gank. Blue Ignite. Meanwhile, we have farmers all in Clueless's jungle, but Clueless are not going to fight. Sauron just blows his revive casually and goes back to the bottom lane to farm. He is currently up still only 300 gold on Wolfer, who is going to base. Now we have Clueless trying to hunt down something in the jungle. They found the Maokai. The bear whiffs on Side Sentinel, who uses his Aether Wings to fly away. But the pinpoint Leona ult comes down onto Sifu. Snide ult is very, very early. Culling's culling down, forgot the icing with the defensive Jarvan ult after going in, taking a lot of damage. Slides himself back into the fight. Mad Portal is fighting half-hearted. Bibblepop is charging another Volt Breaker, misses icing. Icing's still going to go down. Blueberry is going to go down next. Sifu Calvin has found half-hearted, but can he 1v1 the Urgot? Qs and auto attacks are being traded between the both of them, but they are backing off.
Very nice play there. That was a lot of back and forth. Wasn't quite sure.
Now, Matt the Portal has found himself in a predicament, chasing down half-hearted with the notion that Maokai without items is going to kill something.
Yeah,
brave indeed.
He does have that ROA now. That's going to start stacking and really, really, really help him out for that late game. So we'll see how it turns out here. Snide, you are in a very scary spot there, but you do have a Sifu with you. Are you going to be able to hold this point?
Not have all, but he is being very brave. He eats the fish. The fish does not hit Sifu, but Sifu dashes over the wall. Got the icing trying to save his life, but he's still going to go down as the Zenith hits him. Now, forgot the icing is left in a 1v3. Q's through for the armor reduction, but it is not going to do him much good. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, Blueberry got dove by Fair and Balanced Riven.
Fair and Balanced Riven is being fair and balanced, completely destroying things that try to come bot. In the meantime, Wolfer is still sitting at a 7-1-1 score right now. He's been roaming so much and just getting the kills as he's leaving. That gold difference, actually, we'll take a look at it.
Sauron is still ahead by 500 gold because creeps are more than kills, folks. Remember, creeps are more than kills.
Creeps are worth more than kills. He is ahead by that, well, now down to 200 gold because of the point recapture, but sitting bot lane and farming did end up giving more gold than running around and getting the kills on the map.
Forgot the icing being a man. He's going to fight us a Parker. Then misses another Zenith blade. Zeniths are not his day. Forgot the icing trying to slide on the Bibapop. But Snipe says, I want this Leona and I will have it. Half-hearted fighting Master Portal and losing out the trade. Meanwhile, Blueberry trying to Tibber Sifu Calvin. Sifu not liking any of it. Trades still remain even and the top point for now is still belongs to Clueless. However, Fish is being thrown in the bottom lane. Another, for the most part, even trade as Sauron goes even with Wolfer. However, Sauron did not have to blow out top lane. Kayle ult comes down. Bebepop is fighting for his life. Blueberry goes very low. Forgot the icing goes down on Jarvan. Everybody trading, and it looks like farmers are going to take the good side of this side, coming in big on his Kayle for a triple kill.
That Kayle play. And Sauron looking like he wanted to go B, but deciding against it. Going to get a little bit more farm here. He does have that Hex Drinker, which is really, really good for negating a lot of Fizz's burst. Let's see if Fizz is going to let him go B, though. Leona is coming for the gank, so he's going to try to keep him down here. I'm wondering if Sauron knew that gank was there. Leona's wisely going to back off.
Sauron has maintained a 300 to 400 consistent gold advantage on this Fizz for the entire game. Wolfer realizing this game that he can't go roaming too much. He still has to come down and make sure that he hits his CS, something that he has been improving on as a bot lane player. As we see fights beginning to break out top, tanks looking at each other very funny. Leona ult hits one. Wolfer comes up, jumps on the Sifu with Bebepop. Very good coordination. Side Sentinel and forgot the icing seems to be the second focus while Hafe fights Matt Portal on the other end of the fight. Snide is going to go down, so is Supportal, and we have a 4-for-0. Sauron just walking down across the lane and is going to take the point. Bebepop with half health, finally realizing that it's a terrible decision to go fight a Riven at that amount of HP.
Said, no, I'm probably not going to want to do that. Wolfer is not going to be able to help just yet because...
Sauron says, I smell shenanigans. What's up, Bebepop? Bebepop says, I brought exhaust and I brought damage. Goodbye.
That fish just blowing things up. And Sifu gonna try to get the cap here. Oh, a little too soon on that dash, but did cancel the cap out. Bebepop just gonna back off, doesn't want to mess with it, gonna regain map control.
And we have ourselves a very close match, folks, as we are back to a 3-2 in favor of Clueless.
Yeah, Clueless is behind, but they do have the points ticking in their favor right now. And Icing going to use his EQ combo to get up there. It's not going to be up for the next fight if it happens within the next few seconds.
Sentinel going in very, very hard, but he gets stunned up after trying to go into Hafe ult, so he is not going to die to the armor and MR, and forgot the Icing is still capping, having no influence on this team fight. So even though he may get the point, he is most definitely not going to hold it.
Yeah, you always want to make sure that the fight is done before you go to cap. And because... Oh, Sauron... Oh, getting taken down in that bot lane.
And an ace for Clueless, a 5-for-0 ace, friends. This is certainly not a good look for our heroes.
This is, I don't know. It still could go either way. Lucian will start to get going as he gets his Ghost Blade for that massive damage spike. He gets his last Whisper to pen all the armor that's going to be coming through here soon. And looks like relics are about to be contested.
I'm afraid the team of farmers is going to need about 1,000 more gold in order to fight the team of Clueless. Each one of their members have about 1,000 on them as the Fizz goes in very hard and pays for his sins, but the carries of farmers are very low. Sifu Calvin gets ulted by Bebepop. Snipe Sentinel is chased out of the fight by Hape and Blueberry and goes down. There goes Forgot the Icing, and Matt's Portal is left in a ring of death. The revives are popped, and Parker says, I am not scared, I still have a team, as Sauron gets punched by a Bull Breaker. The Fizz blows a fish ult. Snipe Sentinel is deleted once again. Sifu Calvin is going to go down, and the tree is chased to its face. And this is going to be what would be a 4-cap, but Winions have something to say about this.
Minions are stacking up top. They are going to be able to neutralize that, hopefully.
Minions are also at their bot point. That should also It's
no.
going very close.
It'll get really low, but I don't think it's going to quite get it all the way there.
So they managed to maintain their 4 cap, and Mad Supporter was going to fight a half-health Bebepop in the top lane. We will see how this pans out, as Bebepop should fight him outside the Maokai ult. There is a shutdown on Boobs, however, in the bottom lane. The Jarvan and the Kayle end up picking up that kill.
Fizz actually looking to do something sneaky here. Icing's coming around the corner, gonna run into him, and he's just gonna wisely back out of that fight.
Blueberry died, but Blue revived, and now 2 members of Farmers are in a predicament. Bebepop got exhausted, but the Leona ult was spot on, and now there is another exhausted Mad Supporter, and the armor breaks are going. The level 60 shield is enough to live. Meanwhile, Sauron getting the Kayle ult, so he lives Wolfer's burst. Wolfer doing a whole bunch of dancing, landing a fish, and with a very good zone use, is going to pull this out for his team. Parker finds Icing. Icing goes down, and Haste is fighting side, and we have another ace for Clueless. The reigning champions with 1 win under their belt from last week look like they are going to try to seal the deal in Game 3.
Are the gods of ELO actually going to fall in this game?
Captains of once famous teams Cheese Enema, plus 5 point defense, and Blind Pick Banditos are on the ropes.
And it looks like they're positioning to get another good push here. If Clueless can get one more good fight and another 4 cap, or even just one more good fight, they could have it sealed. But
it looks like the nerds are coming. The nerds are coming.
Nerds are coming bot.
Godlike.
But the counter nerding on the top lane Maokai has already taken place, and this is just going to be a point trade. Both teams making the correct decisions to go for the closest possible point as a group of 4. Wolfer deciding to play games with Science Sentinel, but he is a Fizz. Will he be able to leave? Yes, he will. Mid, we have Havehearted ulting Forgot the Icing. Tibbers being thrown down, and Forgot the Icing is going to go down. Sifu being chased into his base. One last paracapacitor, and down goes Sifu Calvin.
Last
Unstoppable.
Acid Hunter bringing him down.
And in the bottom lane, we have Bebepop and a Parkhurst. Bebepop going to go legendary, killing Sauron in the bottom lane. And our heroes are seeming to go down. Bebepop charges a Bull Breaker, looks at Sauron, decides to back out as Mad Supportal is coming around from the flank. Parker is thinking about taking a very bad fight. Wolfer taking down Side Sentinel 1v1 is going to get his bot back as his fight in bottom lane commences. And Bebepop is just running for his life.
Ooh, right into the Lucian Q there. They are going to be able to get that bot point back. Their mid is still taken.
Their mid is still taken. Blueberry with the glorious bait. He's coming around the corner, pressing a couple of buttons, and down goes Icing once again as Parker finds himself running for his team, but his team is there. And Farmer's team is not, as the Maokai finds himself in another 1v3 scenario as Bebepop looks for Sifu Calvin, but he has his eyes wide open. Sifu, however, did not see the blindsided Annie. Catches him with a stun over the top, and this looks like it's going to be a 5 cap. And our heroes are going to go down. The Clueless reign is going to continue. Snide being killed at his own base. Forgot the Icing trying his very best to kill Havehearted. Will Have go down? Yes, he will to Sauron. But Icing goes down one more time, and Sauron going to attempt to live or die. The winners of Dominate Dominion 101 will be Clueless over the Farmers. 212-0. That's your game, folks.
That was some intense set of games. And even in that last one, they finished it pretty well, Clueless there, but it still went down to 200. Man, oh man. That finals, that was pretty intense. Just absolute carnage. And looking at the damage charts here, off the scale with the Vi, the Annie, and the Urgot. Whew. Very, very strong play. And I think Popples is completely out of breath because he kind of just like went on a roll there. And I was like, I'm just going to let him go. I'm going to let him rock it. He's on fire.
Don't you worry, for I am not just a nerd. I am a super nerd of the people.
Super nerd indeed. Well, congratulations to Clueless taking Dominate Dominion number 101 by storm. And very well done to Farming Simulation. They managed to put up a damn good fight, especially those first few games. We actually got to get to game 3. It was really, really good. So, yeah, that IV+Fizz, that thing became very, very scary. Even though he didn't have a lot of damage dealt, he was focusing down the right targets and killing them. That Urgot, though, even though, he doesn't have a lot of kills, and this is why we don't look at KDA as much as we look at the damage dealt, because that is a lot of damage coming from him. So, very, very nice. Whew. Remember, you guys, we do the Dominate Dominion tournaments every Saturday. So if you guys want to sign up, head on over to Mobifier. Under the tournament section, you can find Dominate Dominion number 102. I don't know if it's up yet, but it will be within the next day or two. If you guys want to get a team, sign up. It's free to enter. You have a chance to win Triumphant Rise, as well as loads and loads of RP. First through fourth place do win prizes. So it's a very, very awesome thing to do. You can grab some friends, do it for fun. And if you guys ever want to get in to the Dominion scene, chat with some of the higher up players, you can always come join the Dominate Dominion chat room. To join here, you just click over on this little chat box, hit the plus, and then type in Dominate Dominion. You can join in right on here. You can talk to people and say like, hey, what's up? And then once you click this little cog wheel, you can hit auto join on startups. You're always in the room, and there's a lot of fun stuff that goes on in here. You got people talking about Dominion, people talking about champions, different strategies. Sometimes people are looking for games, so it's always good. Be sure to check that out.
And this is Fancy Wolf and Retired People signing off.
Have a good night, everyone, and we will see you guys next week.